Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with AMX M449 Liberté. Skill why? Because I noticed Wargaming is selling this vehicle lately, okay? And you can buy this tank in couple of ways. First of all, bond store, 8,000 bonds, flat out price. It costs you absolutely nothing apart your time to collect the bonds. Or alternatively, you can buy it for 20 or 30 euros. I did not really pay attention in the store in the game. Is it worth it? I don't really think it is the worst tank in the game, for sure. I would say the tank is, for me, personally better than Patriot, even though I'm a Patriot fanboy. But it's just significantly easier tank to play, to say that the least, right? And overall, I would say it is a fine vehicle. The best part of this vehicle, at least in my opinion, is that you do not need to overthink how to play with this tank. You do not really want to side scrap too much because you have a very weak shoulder and you can get penetrated this way. That adds a bit of simplicity, at least in my opinion, where the tank performance goes. And instead of side scrapping, you are just simply making an angle like so, right? You are peeking this way and it is becoming a bit harder to penetrate you this way. And overall, I would say it is an okay tank, and I would recommend to get it for beginner, right? For experienced players, yeah, that is definitely debatable, and I think there is definitely stronger and better tanks out there. Other than that, that's all there is to say about this tank, right? Where the gun goes, alpha damage is 300 alpha, right? 232 millimeters of penetration, so it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to spam the gold, although gold gives you extra 30 millimeters of penetration and 250 shell velocity, so whenever the distance is bigger, or alternatively the tank armor is stronger, it can be definitely a viable option as well, right? Okay. Where the start goes of this game, I cannot cry about this, I cannot complain about this. I think we have a very decent start over there. Even though we have the T-77 sniper schnitzel sitting somewhere in the back and just eliminating our KV-122. By the way, speaking about KV-122, because it is a premium tank as well, I would definitely not recommend to even think about this tank, you know? I'm not talking about buying, I'm talking about thinking about it. Hell no. You saw how much fun this gentleman had in this situation. Ooh. Brutal, fellas. Brutal. In this situation, fellas, by the way, we do not need to panic, we do not need to shit our pants, we do not need to do pretty much anything. All we need to consider is to chill here, okay? That's all we are doing in this situation. We are not going to push in front as our IS-3 did. It is completely irrelevant and it is completely unnecessary. Instead of doing that, we are playing with a T-77, or I suppose to say we are messing around with this gentleman. And we are just waiting until enemies would get involved, because I would say it is a matter of the time whenever they will. As an example, this gentleman said, yeah, it is about the time to make pressure for us. And that's all I need for a full happiness, fellas. All I need for a full happiness is to see enemies making some silly goose mistakes. Now, I want to believe that enemies are going to make significantly more pressure. At least that's what I believe in, okay? This is exactly what we want to see. Okay, T-77, wait. We have all time, good. You know what is the saddest part of all of this? Unfortunately, but the gun doesn't treat me very well in this situation, okay? It's kind of sad, but it is how it is. I know we can and we will make this tank work a bit better. I know what this tank is capable of doing, and I know how we are going to slap this tank. We are just unlucky at the moment, to say that the least, but it's okay. It is okay, we got this. Good. As you can see, not a rocket science to play with this vehicle. I am not side scrapping, I am moving frontally, that's the most important thing, and now we are just having a good time. This is exactly what we need. Huh. Now the question is, will enemy team make pressure for this IS-3, okay? This is the question. Will enemy team make a hardcore pressure, huh? I would love to get involved myself, and I think we would have a very, very great success over there. But in the same time, sometimes just simply waiting until enemies would make a mistake seems like just simply better strategy and better plan, right? At least this is how I look into all of this. Beautiful. We made this T-77 to be down to fartable skill. I have a question. Do you see the score? What is happening? Yeah, sure I do, but what do you want me to do about it? You cannot win them all, and some games are just, yeah, gangbangs to a certain extent, right? And this game definitely looks like one of those, which is kind of sad thing, but not much what we can change about this, and we are not going to give up. Even though it doesn't look like we are going to win our game, right? It doesn't change the fact that we can be very much involved into this situation, and we can definitely get plenty of use, right? I think this is the moment whenever we are going to load the gold ammunition to get as much use as we physically and possibly can. And I think it's matter of the time whenever this TS-54 would make a bit of pressure, right? That's all we need for a full happiness. I am trying to eliminate this gentleman from the game. He is eliminated, that's great. And now all we need to do, we need to survive for a second longer to get more use of all of this, right? Look at this beauty. Fellas, we are playing against 17 gazillion of the tanks in front, right? You can say whatever you want, but this is a very good stuff, and this is a good performance. I can tell you one thing, that not many tanks would have been able to survive and to sustain the score or end game like Liberté did, right? So this is why I would say it is pretty solid tank for a beginner, and everything was completely okay. I do not regret for not making pressure. I feel like we did the job well. I think we punished enemies properly in the end, and it was... I mean, not in the end. We are punishing enemies left, right, and center. It was a good stuff, fellas. Meanwhile, 4,500 damage. We have a high caliber. We have a first class. Yeah, unfortunately, we had no team, but there is nothing what we can change about this. And I think Obsidian was responsible for slapping our guys left, right, and center. Good for him. Meanwhile, we made 91,000 profits, and this is okay. Let's go. Okay, round number 2. I will do unpopular choice, and I will make unpopular decision, and I will go into the heavy line. I have a feeling that it is the right decision, and I think we could get significantly more use this way. Yes, potentially I could try to go up like this, but I'm a bit paranoid with all of the sniper schnitzel sitting here and here, right? So instead of being so aggressive in this lane, we are going to approach the battle completely differently. And in fact, we cannot win this side. Okay. If you would pay attention what is happening over there, you would notice that we cannot win this. I mean, going head to head against the double Skoda is straight up stupid, okay? It is just straight up stupid, so I'm not going to do that. We are going to have a bit of the safer approach in this type of situation, and I think we are going to win significantly more this way. Yes, I am very, very well aware of that we have some sniper schnitzel sitting in this area, I get it. But to be fair with you, I think it changes absolutely nothing. As you can see, Skoda is getting spotted in the open field, and our mission will be to slap the living crap out of those gentlemen whenever they are going to get spotted. That's all we need for a full happiness. At this point, making a hardcore pressure against the double Skoda is so risky, it's not even funny. Fellas, the risk is way, way, way too high. Just maybe we could consider making pressure like this, maybe? Hard decisions, fellas. Very, very, very hard decisions. That was unfortunate shot. Maybe I should load APCRs in this situation so they would travel a bit quicker. Maybe. You know what? Logically thinking, I do not think we are going to lose this. That being said, we will try to fight against this Mr. Lorraine sitting over there. Hopefully our Nomad can survive, and maybe he can slap Lorraine himself. That would be absolutely glorious and absolutely amazing. I do not really like the decision which I made here. I think I played way too passive in this situation, okay? I am accepting my responsibility. Not the most intelligent choice from my side, and that is okay. Sometimes it happens, sometimes we can mess up, and this game definitely smells like I messed up. But we are okay. Or did I? Maybe playing safe is the right way to do the things in this situation, maybe. I do not want to play somewhere around this area. I just do not really think it is a greatest choice for us. What I would rather do, I would rather slap every and each mother trucker who is making pressure like this, right? So we will punish the heavy tanks, and in the same time, hopefully we can punish this light tank as well, who may sit in this bush over there. I am going for a blind shot. Unfortunately, the light tank did not... He's not sitting in that position that I expected. That's okay. He's down to fartable. He's trying to run for his life, and I am trying to find a decent angle, and unfortunately I failed. Plus on top of that, there is a MBT sitting in this area. That's okay. Doesn't really change absolutely anything. I think we are going to eliminate the guns. What I am thinking in this type of situation, fellas, I am thinking the most how to make, how to pretty much move as many hit points as we physically and possibly can from the enemy forces, right? This is the thinking process for me. Okay, that's fine. If we could track him, it would be excellent. Luckily, we did track him. That's very, very nice. And I have a feeling that it is a bit of the game over for us now. I definitely have a feeling that it is a bit of the game over. Can we eliminate this guy just like so? Yes, we can. Beautiful. Now, Mr. Defender, how to deal with you? How to deal with a Mr. Defender? Yeah, he has a good angle. Not ideal, fellas, not ideal. I am not very happy what kind of decisions I made in this game, but to be fair with you, I would say it was more me problem than the tank problem itself. I did not commit it here because pushing against two hull down Skodas is kind of stupid. Maybe if I would have played over there, I would have a more successful game, but it is how it is. I'm not going to cry over it. I've seen worse games in the game. Let's see the score. And we are back with a mistakes and with a second defeat in a row, but what can you do? 2.3 thousand damage, 200 assisting damage. Even though I played like a special mother trucker, we finished third by experience and second by the damage, and we made 18,000 credits, even though I fired quite a lot of gold. Interesting game. Let's hope third will be better. Okay, fellas, last but not least, Erlenberg Assault game. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. There is multiple choices how we could play the game, but I think I know how we are going to approach this battle and how we are going to play relatively safe. And you know what is the thing? We are going to play this game from around this corner. I hope that enemy team will say, ooh, and they will make pressure like this, okay? This is what I am hoping enemy team to do, or alternatively I can get involved myself later on more aggressive. Looking into our team setup, what is happening at the moment, I changed my mind. I do not want to be involved to this level. Skill, what that means? Well, that means we will have a bit different approach. Do you see what is happening here? We have a couple of the sniper schnitzel sitting in this area. And usually enemies definitely want to make this pressure on this side, okay? Usual enemies are definitely thinking about that. So what is our goal and what is our plan and what is our hope? It is quite straightforward and it is quite simple. I want to see enemies making pressure. Over there, this is the angle whenever we can see someone making pressure like this, or alternatively someone just dropping down like this from this position over there, right? This is exactly what we are looking for. It is way too early for me to take this position because enemies have some forces here, and if I'm going to try to make a bit of pressure this way, I can get slapped by the guys who are sitting here, and overall it's not the finest idea. Now, watch this. Now we have a gentleman who is making a hardcore pressure. This is exactly what we are looking for, and this is exactly what we needed. We needed enemies to get involved here and to say, yeah, it's our time to shine, let's do that, you know? This is exactly what I am looking for, and this is exactly what I need. Now, our chair footer is saying, okay, we can make a bit of pressure and we can slap the living crap out of this gentleman, and now we have 1 versus 1 situation, tier 9 against the tier 8. Unfortunately, in this situation, I am a tier 8. So it doesn't feel like we have some sort of advantage here, but it is okay. Beautiful shot into the Mr. Borat over there, and I am paying a humongous attention what is happening around, right? This is my goal, this is my thing, and this is what I need to do in this type of situation. Unfortunately, our sniper schnitzels won't help us, and I'm going to get penetrated in the ass for quite a big margin, but that's okay. First things first, what we would need to do, we would need to eliminate this bastard over there, right? That would be very much appreciated, but what's from that I am getting gangbanged. What an unfortunate fate, fellas. And I saw that we do not really have that many forces in this situation, but you know, whenever I see someone making pressure through the open field, I truly was expecting that we can get supported in this way, because this gentleman is sitting here, and if you are looking this angle, it's very, very easy. But once again, what can you do? Sometimes I feel like I should not trust my team that much, and I shouldn't make that much of the pressure, which is making me sad, to be fair with you, because I know that this vehicle is significantly better than the session that we have today. So what we are going to do, we are going to go for extra game. Even though we had a first game was absolutely glorious, I played that game safe, and I have a feeling that I am being too aggressive, or maybe I just simply have an unlucky session. Yeah, looks like this session is so weird today, fellas. I mean, yesterday, by the way, whenever I was streaming, I had such a disgusting time. Today, whenever I'm recording the video, I'm having the same situation. 1.3 thousand damage, it's laughable. Unfortunately, I am 7 by the experience, 7 by the damage. Yeah, quite a journey that was. And looking into our session stats, right? 0 victories, 0, and 2.7 thousand damage only. This is a bit disappointing, isn't it? One more. Last but not least, losing spawn. Fellas, I have a feeling that we are going to have 4 defeats in a row. Well, not much what we can change about that. The tank selection also not the greatest one. We have double AMX 65T. We have a losing spawn. Fellas, looks like the game is just slapping me up the ass and saying, you know what, Skill? I will make this day unforgettable. Skill, you will have so much fun. You will have a blast. Well, that's the world of tanks for you. What can you do? It's okay. We are not going to cry, we are not going to overthink, we are going to chill out, and we will try to get as much use as we physically and possibly can in this situation. I am expecting Bizonte and Caliban to be quite aggressive in this situation. And overall, enemies simply has significantly better heavy tank setup. But once again, a lot of things are depending. Are they going to be aggressive? Are they going to make some mistakes or not so much? So a lot of things are depending on that. And you know, I do not want to demotivate myself to the maximum that I do not want to look into this game anymore, if you know what I mean. Let's try to stay positive, okay? Let's try to stay positive. That's our goal, that's our mission, and this is our strategy. Stay positive, fellas. Stay positive. That's what we want to do. Okay. We have a Bisonte right there. It is quite difficult to penetrate him, not gonna lie, but I believe nevertheless we can be successful, right? Meanwhile, we have the Kari who is thinking that he is playing with a super heavy tank. Luckily for us, we managed... well, he managed to lose most of his hit points right there. That's good. Meanwhile, how I should slap this Bisonte? Very, very good play by the guy, but we can penetrate him into the face, apparently. That's good. Very, very nice. We figured this out. That's great. That's amazing. Excellent. Now Bisonte is thinking, oh, come on, you Liberté gold noob. How dare you? How dare you? And I'm saying, yes, please come again. Good. What do we need to do in this situation? In this situation, I want to support ISU against this cover 4 KTTS. Plus, on top of that, if needed, I can go for a base defense. Plus, on top of that, there is a tiny chance that he isn't alone here, right? And Skoda is making pressure together with him, and this is exactly how the things are looking like. Luckily for us, Skoda missed his shot, so now we can get a bit involved, and even Ergashem is going brrr. Okay, would you look at that? Not bad. Not bad, what can I say? Meanwhile, we are slapping the Skoda. Plus, on top of that, we should be getting a bit of the assisting damage as well, which would be very, very much appreciated. That's okay. We have Charioteer, and Charioteer would definitely help us with him. That's all we need for a full happiness, fellas. We need this Charioteer to find a decent enough angle. That's what we need. And yes, I am trying to do my best in order to spot this guy. This is what I need. Okay, beautiful. He's down to fartable at the moment. Excellent. Now, Ergashem. For Ergashem, we are loading high explosive ammunition and we are slapping him in the face. He may think that was a good decision, but in reality, you know that and I know that it wasn't. That's okay. And now all we need to do, we need to get as much use as we physically and possibly can by making a bit of pressure towards the enemies. Fellas, there is a chance, I repeat, there is a chance that we may win this game. I know it is amazing. I mean, first victory out of 4 games, that looks like it is going to be a very, very, very nice session today to play the game. We missed an easy shot in this situation, which sucks, but it is how it is, and we are just simply going to go for him. I have a feeling that Forest Spirit should be sitting somewhere here, at least that's what I want to believe. And luckily for us, Arta did not penetrate us into the booty, so that is something. Oh, what a hard session, fellas. And you know, once again, I do not feel like this vehicle is awful or this vehicle is absolutely a pile of kaku. I truly stand by what I said before, that the tank is fine for beginners. The tank isn't the worst tank in the world of tanks by any shape or any form. And this vehicle can be pretty nice, but not in this session, apparently. And you know what? There is nothing bad to have a bad day in the world of tanks. Once again, yesterday was pretty dreadful for me whenever I was streaming. Today, it doesn't look like it is better how the games are looking like overall, but that's okay. That's World of Tanks. And you know, everything goes in waves. Sometimes you are on top, and sometimes you are going to drink a lot of seawater. What can you do? Not much, right? Not much. I'm going to load high explosive ammunition. And the main reason why am I going to do so? because I should be able to find a decent angle for this Caliban. That's the most important thing in this situation, right? We should be able to eliminate this guy, and I really doubt that Sue is sitting here. I think Sue should be sitting in this area over there. Okay, let's see. Do we have a decent enough angle to eliminate him from the game? Moment of truth. Indeed, we do. Excellent. Beautiful elimination from the guy. Now, all we need to do, we need to make pressure here. Once again, not a big surprise, and we are just simply spotting him. He may go for ramming, at least that's what I would hope for, but unfortunately, he's going for a killing shot. And luckily for us, he did not manage to eliminate us from the game. You know what? Score-wise, this game is kaku. Unfortunately, where the score goes, the game is definitely far away from being ideal. But you know what? I am taking a daily victory. Do I have, by any chance, do I have the mission to win the daily game or something? That's why the session is going this way. Maybe. Let's see. Is it the case or is it not the case? This is the question. Anyways, I apologize for not having the best games with Liberté, but once again, I do not really feel it would be presentative if I would take the best games with Liberté and say this tank can do 8,000 damage. That's not really presentable, you know? And as every and each of you know, we are showing how the games are looking like nowadays. Some sessions can be epic and some sessions not so much. Meanwhile, 2.1 thousand damage, 800 assisting damage, that's all we have. We finished at first by experience and third by the damage, and we got 57,000 profits. Where the session went, unfortunately, quite sadness, 2.6 thousand damage, 200 assisting damage, but it was just simply a bad session. Nothing what we can change about that. I still yet think that this tank is great, and this tank feels pretty good, especially for a new players. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and see you very, very soon. Tomorrow, indeed, with very special YouTube video. You will see everything yourself. Skill is out. Peace.